Rip! Right in the middle. Nice.
Yeah. I have 2 kids. I landscape during the day, I bounce at night, and I'm also a full-time fighter. When I go in the cage, I'm the beast. There's a switch that goes on. That's when everything just turns and you see a different side of me, I guess.
So when I hurt somebody, the first thing I'm focusing on is hurting them more. I'm not gonna stop until the referee pulls me off. It's just that switch. You've got to be able to turn it on and off. Every second of every minute, I'm trying to kill the person. If they die, I'm sorry.
I've been fighting for 4 years now. I grew up a wrestler. I started wrestling in 5th grade, so pretty much since I was a little kid. This is kind of my livelihood, and I love all aspects of the sport. I love fighting. The smallest mistake means you're getting knocked out in front of 1,000 people.
I got into fighting when I was younger. When I was about 6 years old, my grandfather gave me a pair of boxing gloves and tried to teach me how to box. Combat sports saved my life, really. I'd started getting into more serious crimes. I honestly have no idea who I would be if I didn't enter this gym when I did. I would imagine I'd either be dead or in jail.
I'm giving you an opportunity to change your life. Okay, we're gonna do a 4-man tournament. It's gonna be $100,000 to the winner.
Hey guys. I've had good paying jobs. I've turned them down. Right now I work part-time just so I can train more. Typical day, I'll work 4 hours and spend 6 to 8 hours at the gym.
So I was up this morning at 4:40 in the morning, at the gym by 5:35. We just finished working out at 7:22, and now we're off for 8 hours of work.
I want to be something my kids can look up to. Just proving to them that I never gave up means all the world to me. I have to do what I have to do, you know, to put food on the table in order to take care of myself, my kids, my girlfriend.
For me, this is really important to me. This is all I got. But I want to be remembered. I want people to hear my name and say that kid was something fucking different. Money comes and goes, you know what I mean? And you don't get buried with it, but what you leave behind, you do. If you don't have heart, you don't have charisma, and you don't have the grit to do the work, then, you know, you're in the wrong sport. Find that on everybody that actually pivots on their feet.
For me to quit on myself is for me to quit on my daughter. It's for me to quit on my son. It's for me to quit on my wife. And I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. Like, I'm supposed to be the most manliest man, and then for her to watch me quit, I couldn't live with myself. That's it.
I don't think if I had stayed in Russia that I ever would get an opportunity like this.
Let's get this one on camera.
We can find embarrassing pictures of you.
When I was about 7 years old, my sister and I were put up for adoption.
This is Wolfgang and Anya when they were visiting. And to know that they had lived in an orphanage and how difficult later on we found that that was. Once they were here, they found their way into our hearts.
They were just hosting us so we could have a good vacation to America. They fell in love with us. In December 2001, we ended up being adopted.
Come home, check in with mom. She asked me a bunch of stuff, and I try to answer it without frustrating her. My parents have been divorced since I was 16 years old. My mother really wanted me to have like a conventional life, I feel like. I feel like she just wanted one of her kids to be like a normal person. She supports me. She shows up to the fights. She doesn't watch them, but she shows up.
My upbringing was tough. We left my dad when I was about 5 years old. We had to live in shelters and, you know, live in families' basements. And there was times we couldn't eat. There was times we didn't have clothes. Hi, Ma.
Hi.
My mom, she got us through it. She's just everything you'd want a mom to be.
I get worried and I get scared, but I got your back. Not 100, 200%.
That's what I like to hear. When we left my dad at 5 years old, I didn't see him for 15 years.
And he will always ask me questions, and I'll say, you will find out when you meet him. Why is the reason why I left?
Yeah.
And he did.
He's called me like random nights and stuff like that. I don't know, I just hate to deal with it because I end up crying or I end up hurt. So I don't bother with him.
Daddy!
I'm so used to him winning that I don't know what it's like for him to lose at this point.
I hate jello.
Something comes over him where he's not the same person. It's like an out-of-body experience. You're facing him, and he's going to destroy you.
You have to stay in your game.
No,
and your
it's-
game is to box, and you want to go to the ground because you think you're good at it.
I am good at it, actually.
You are, but
pretty damn good at it.
But you're a better boxer.
Yeah, I know. When you come in to Lowell as an MMA fighter, people kind of scoff at you. My grandfather helped train Mickey Ward for his title fight. I've always looked up to Mickey in the fact that he inspired a lot of people. The fighter obviously came out and Lowell burst onto the scene as this big boxing town, and boxing's kind of dying. MMA's the new thing. Let me be the new guy.
Mickey fought Gaddy with these gloves. Total Gaddy.
Some people fight for fame, some people fight for money. I fight for my family. I'm in this because I got nothing else left. I don't have a GD, I don't have a diploma.
Sit, rip, rip.
Anybody can fight, anybody can defend themselves, and my upbringing was a lot worse than me going into a fight.
We're gonna get you looked at, we're gonna get you checked out.
Well, at this point in my career, I wouldn't change anything. I truly do believe growing up in that orphanage has made me become the person I am today, and is a huge part of my mental toughness in this sport.
I want you to control every second of the round.
Why do we want to hit each other? I don't even think that can be really explained.
They always say fighting never solves anything. Fighting solves everything.
There's no fighter that ever came from like a white picket fence with a tire swing and like a puppy. It's never happened, ever. I feel like if you're not dysfunctional, if you don't have some kind of cross wiring in there, you're not gonna really get why we do it.
To go through so much trauma as a kid and still be able to be the person I am today, that's a fight in itself. And if I'm able to accomplish that and get through all that, fighting is nothing. Life is a fight.
So good job, champ.
Yes, thank you, Dickie.
All right.
I think people do it because they really find themselves. They find out who they are. Are you gonna run or are you gonna fight? You find out when the door closes.